I'll give you an example. At Leichhardt Oval, they went to the sideline for the field goal, and Latu Fino ended up with the ball and threw it to Dewey to win the game. Yeah. $1.2 million players, where's he?
Welcome to the CODE NRL show. Adam Mobbs here, joined as usual by David Riccio, Michael Carianis and Brent Reid. All eyes on the Grudge match Sunday, West Tigers, Canterbury Bulldogs, Lockie Galvin, every other Tigers player. Whichever way you dice it up, there's going to be some feeling this weekend. And how is Lockie Galvin going to handle this, and how are the Bulldogs going to prepare him for it?
Well, look, one thing I'll say about Lachlan Galvin is, for his immaturity as far as an NRL player is concerned, he shows stacks of maturity in handling pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he fronts up. And if you cast your mind back to that, there was a game where he was a week or two away from being let go by the Tigers, and he had to run out onto Leichhardt Oval and play in that environment. And that's pretty rare for a player of his age and inexperience to handle. And I think this Sunday will be no different. I think he handles it okay.
Yeah, I don't think it'll affect him at all. I just don't think he's that type of character. Well, he is that type of character who can be in the eye of the storm. He's almost the calmest bloke in the eye of the storm, because we saw that when he was at the Tigers. I mean, there were all sorts of rumours that his teammates were off him, but he just turned up and played the game, and it didn't really seem.
What about that training session we went to, Ready?
Yeah.
Remember when the spotlight day? It was a huge press conference day for the Tigers, and Lockie was the last off the paddock.
Yeah.
He was cool as a cucumber.
Surely this game, though, is different to that, because the two guys who were very public on social media of his teammates at the time, Jerome Luai, Sania Taruva, two guys who are notable sledges on the field, they're going to be into him on Sunday. It's going to be his biggest test.
They'll be into him for sure, but again, I don't think it'll impact him. I just don't think he's that. I think he's a unique person. He's got a unique personality where those sort of things don't seem to affect him. I mean, he was around those guys at training, and they were clearly off him at the time.
Yeah, after the post.
And it didn't. He just turned up and went about his business. That's just the sort of guy he is. And he'll get hammered by the fans. But you know what? They hammered him when he was on their team. I mean, he got booed that day at Campbelltown. I think he got Simbin, and was it Campbelltown when he dropped the ball over the line?
Yep.
Can't remember.
Yep.
He got booed and sledged as he went off the field by his own fans. Didn't seem to affect him.
I think the concern is, or what I'd be concerned for if I'm a Tigers fan is I actually don't want Jerome and Taruva to play the trash talk game. Actually, just go and play the game, because ultimately you want to beat the Bulldogs, and that's where it's going to hurt the Dogs. And Jerome's not in the best lights out form at the moment. So if he can have a lights out performance, I think that does more than sledging on the field.
But trash talking is their game as well. It's part of their game, right?
Yeah, but you need to be. It's better when you're winning.
Well, of course.
You know.
We were talking about Jerome off air and his impact on the footy club, and what he's worth. You were saying.
I just think he's. I agree with everything. He's been huge for the Tigers off the field, and I'm a massive believer in players recruit players. And Jerome has had a magnet effect as far as the Tigers being able to pick up some decent buys. Kai Pearce-Paul next year. Absolutely, he's coming to forge a combination on an edge with Jerome Luai. But my argument is he's on about 1.2. This is debatable, mind you, 1.2 to 1.4. And in his current form, I don't think if he went to the open market tomorrow, he'd be able to attract that type of money. That's the type of money Nathan Cleary's on.
But Nathan could be on more. If Nathan went to market, he'd get a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Mitch Moses.
If Mitch went to market, he'd get a lot more than that.
But what, more than $1.4 million?
Hello, expansion. Perth and PNG.
Are they playing this year? Are they in the competition?
Yeah.
Well, that's a ridiculous argument.
How is it ridiculous?
Well, they're about to come on November 1.
But you're saying he could get more. You're saying he could get more now. He can't get more now.
I'm saying he would get more now.
1.6.
You don't think Perth would say to him, mate?
We're not talking about
You're
Perth.
just saying if he's going to market. So if he goes to market now,
today,
how can you not talk about Perth?
Because they're not
in the club in 12 months.
They're going
to market November 1.
We're talking about his contract right now.
I reckon he would.
Get more than 1
Which club?
1 point.
I just told you, Perth and PNG.
No, they're not in the competition.
Oh, come on, mate.
They're not in the competition.
You can't talk about them not being in the marketplace. They're in the marketplace.
No, they're not.
Well, why are we talking about Cam Munster getting 1.5 from Perth? Why are we talking about all these players potentially going to Perth?
We'll talk about...
So Luai's the exception. We can't talk about him going to Perth.
No, we're not talking
we can talk about
we're not talking
blokes.
about Cameron
Tino
Munster going on the market tomorrow.
Cameron Munster going to Perth. We can talk about all them going to Perth, but not Luai.
No, because we're not talking about Cameron Munster going on the market tomorrow, which
We have been.
which is what the debate about Luai is.
Oh, mate, seriously.
Luai's the debate about going on the market tomorrow.
So I'll tell you what, he signs for one year somewhere for 800 grand. Then he goes to Perth.
So the
he'll get 1.5.
So the
then he
Dragons-
goes to PNG the year after.
So the
gets 3
Dragon-
million.
I'm-
3 million.
No tax, baby.
He's not getting 3 million. No one's getting 3 million.
So the Dragons paid Jerome Luai 1.4?
You know what? They probably should.
No, they shouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, mate.
To the Titans. I'm throwing the clubs into
No,
the...
mate, the Titans don't need more.
Okay. To the Cow.
Well, they do need a halfback.
Find
actually,
me the
Titans.
club that's willing to pay that money for Jerome tomorrow.
I've just told you.
That's,
2 clubs.
That's November. I want tomorrow.
Oh, mate. Well, I don't know. Currently, let me run through every club. Who's in the spoon battle?
If
Remind
they
me of
were-
the spoon battle.
Because he's
Newcastle.
Who's the spoon battle?
You say, all right, you say.
Well, they've already signed Dylan Brown. They
that's
got
right.
1.3.
Yeah,
Is
Nathan-
Luai a better player than Dylan Brown?
I would be.
Yes.
Thank you. He got 1.3.
Yeah.
So there is a market out there for him.
Of course, there's a, yeah, there would be. No, we're not saying.
So there is a market for him at that price.
Not at more than what he's on at the West Tigers. No.
Dylan Brown got more than him.
Well, we're saying he's between 1.2 and 1.4, so it's about parity, right?
1.2 was the figure.
Okay, but I'm saying, right? So you can compare him to Mitch Moses. Who would you sign on the open market?
Well, Mitch. But Mitch is on more than that. Is he
Mitchell,
not?
like 1.2,
Oh, it's
1.3.
100,000
They're
difference.
roughly the same.
Come
right?
on.
More
mate.
money, baby.
They're roughly the same, right? And I just don't think Jerome is having the same impact on a footy side that Mitch is having, right? You said
Mitch went to market now, you get 1.5. It's not a valid
It's ju-
comparison
it-
because you're saying what Mitch is on now. But if Mitch was on the market now, he'd get 1.5.
he just re-signed this year.
Before this, it was earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Before, yeah, okay.
Well, we didn't know Perth
So
was
you're
coming.
saying if Mitch,
So you're saying
Mitch
his
wasn't,
agent
no,
didn't know
Mitch
that
wasn't
Perth
on
was
the
coming?
market, mate, because he had a contract. They took the options out.
Well, he had-
right.
he-
The options would
he
have put
could
him
have
on the
been
market November 1.
Yeah.
Right. So not now. So that's not a valid comparison. But you're telling me if Mitch Moses was on the market now, he wouldn't get more than 1.2.
No, of course he would.
Okay. Well, that's the argument, mate.
Of course he
But
would.
doesn't Jerome
But
Luai have the
but
same...
Dave is saying that Jerome wouldn't.
I know, which is a ridiculous argument because he probably would, because Mitch would probably
From
get
who?
1.5.
Hey,
You're tying
Jerome
yourself in not
Luai-
to calm down.
Jerome Luai and Mitch Moses
Yeah.
is a very good comparison because they're both at clubs that haven't achieved what they'd like to achieve this year.
And what would
Who's
Mitch,
going better?
What would Mitch get in the open market? Right now, what would Mitch get in the open market?
1.4.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'd pay him 1.4, 1.5 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then why are you comparing him to... Well, Luai only needs to get 1.2.
But they're on basically parity now, right, in terms of their contracts.
You're saying...
He's
the
influenced-
question wasn't, what is he on? The question was, what would he get in the market?
Hey, Reedy,
you can't
show
tell me
me
Mitch
the-
is on 1.2.
Reedy-
If Mitch went to market, he would get 1.5.
And Dave's saying,
Really,
what would Jerome get?
on the current
I'm saying he'd get what he gets now.
on the current form, who's won more games for their football team this season? Mitch. Who?
Well, no, that's not right.
What?
How many games have Para won?
Mitch practically kicked the
How many
Eels to
games have
victory.
Para won? Remind me. how many games-
Mitch has had a far.
how many has Mitch played in
Mitch
there?
has had
Had a
far
far more-
Mitch
greater
has won 3
impact.
games this year, I think it is.
I think he's had far more impact on games, on
games.
the field.
You asked how many he
than
won.
Jerome.
That was the question.
I didn't ask that.
For
Thank you.
for the Eels,
He's won 3.
how
I
much
think.
influence
3.
has he had on the Eels compared to Jerome?
He's won 3 games.
Well, Jerome's yet to win a game.
Well, that's
On the
not true.
on his shoulders.
What? So you're saying what have they won? 7 games. You're saying Luai's had no influence on those 7 games.
Not
They haven't won any of
not-
those games because of Jerome Luai.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's what you just
A
said.
standout man of the match performance can't get on my
I
shoulders.
can't
Let's
remember
go.
every win they've had.
It will be interesting to see when the.
Well, I'll give you an
when-
example.
when
At
the-
Leichhardt Oval, they went to the sideline for the field goal, and Latu Fino ended up with the ball and threw it to Dewey to win the game.
Yeah, it's one of 7.
Okay, so
It
the
was-
$1.2 million players, where's he?
I think he played the ball. I think he got caught in that one.
He did get caught. Yeah,
I'd like
he
to.
did.
I'd like
He
to.
was the one who ran the ball.
Yeah, I'd like to
the
see
sideline,
at the end of the season, like to your point, Dave, when you do the Daily M's, how many maximum points he gets.
Oh, because that's a
Jerome.
good reflection. The Dally
Are you
M.
bagging the Dally M's?
It's not a good reflection.
What I'm saying is you can't talk about his current market value and take Perth out of the equation. It's not fair because we're all talking about the current market. When we talk about what players are worth, we always include Perth in that. That's why we talk about Munster, Tino, all these guys, right? So you can't talk about Jerome and take that out. That's selective. That's a selective argument.
Sure.
There's been a sneaky worrying injury that's come up, and that's Connor Tracey. His impact at the Bulldogs could have a flow-on effect. I'm a little concerned because of the balance of that team. Anyone else feel that way, or they just think that the move of Jacob Carraz back to one, they've got enough outside backs to fill that role?
Yeah, I'm sensing something from you, Mobsy. That's I'm not feeling that at all.
Well, I'm worried.
Connor, absolutely outstanding. Had a great year. Does it rock the boat and to the point of impacting their performance? I'm happy with Carraz at fullback.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
I worry about what they miss with Carraz on the wing with his carries and that role there. And
So Rinakama's gone onto the wing this week.
Yeah,
Looks at talent. It's only 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not stressing.
3 to 4 weeks in that battle for the top four.
Yeah,
or
I understand.
I agree with you,
premiership.
I agree, because Carraz is such a he's such a meter eater in the middle of the field. Starts their sets off really well, and he'll run for 200 plus meters, no doubt, because he's playing fullback, right? But it is those carries that they're going to miss a fair bit, because he's going to be on kick return, organised defensive line, all these sort of things, right? And Connor's got some. He's a former half, right? So Carraz is going to be great in terms of popping up in the middle of the field and a support play. His catch and pass is probably not as good as Connor Tracey is, but I think it does impact it. Like, I love Carraz, right? He's such a gun, but he's an elite winger. It's be interesting to see how he does go at fullback, but he'll run 250 meters easy this weekend.
And you've got your half combination of Burton and Galvin there, who they're runners, right? So the extra ball playing that you get in that middle of the field, I think, is something that they may struggle. It's something they have to deal with, right?
So I just rubbed Mick's leg.
He's all
Apologies.
Right. You're right.
Sorry about that. Go on. What do you think?
Speaking of good halves combination, no, just worry, when you look at Matt Burton and Lachlan Galvin, who are both runners of the football, and the ball playing options that the Bulldogs have, I think, is part of their strength. So. I just think it's...
The one thing with
concerns me a little.
as much as I love Connor, absolutely explosive and powerful and just constantly working, one of the less natural parts of his game is that the sweep play out the back passing game. So I don't know if... And Carraz clearly isn't a noted ball player. So I don't know if they lose too much on that aspect. And again, if it's on kick return from Carraz, you're still going to get that Mick from fullback.
Yeah, it's not. It's the play 1-2 carries that he's so good at starting their sets off. I think that's what they'll lose a little bit naturally, because he's going to be buggered, right? That's the thing, starting their sets so well, because he's a gun at it.
Yep.
I'm not too worried about him. They go Tigers, Warriors, Roosters. Really.
Not worried about the Tigers.
I'm not.
I'm just
What
asking.
about the Tigers beating them?
I'm just asking.
No, I think the Dogs should beat the Tigers, shouldn't they?
Okay.
Don't you think?
I'm just asking.
On current form? Yeah. So I'm not too worried. The next 3 weeks aren't super challenging, I imagine. The Warriors are struggling a little bit, maybe, without Metcalf and
Definitely.
some others, and obviously the Roosters.
They've lost their entire front row, the Warriors.
Yeah, there you go. They got some battles, and then the Roosters have got some issues as well. They've been very inconsistent. So, I don't think it's a big thing for him. Carraz is a very good footballer. I think he played fullback for Lebanon in the World Cup, didn't he? From memory, a couple of years ago, was outstanding. He's very good at fullback.
He's a good player.
They're fine. Yeah, he's a very good player. So I think the Dogs will be good as goal. Good. Got a smart coach too. They're fine. Don't worry, Mobsy. I know you care about the Dogs a lot. I know you're a big fan of that footy club.
You know me.
But don't worry, mate. They'll be fine.
Thanks, Brent. The New Zealand Warriors are wobbling at the wrong time, aren't they? They've just starting to feel the impact of... We knew that Mitch Barnett injury would be bad.
Yep.
Luke Metcalf and Tanner Boyd's come in and done a decent job.
Yep.
He's a different half. James Fisher-Harris now out. That loss to the Titans couldn't have come at a worse time.
Wade Egan too, mate.
Wade Egan.
Yeah.
Wade Egan's a shocker. With I think he brings so much to
I'm
that
getting a
team.
little tip. There might be another one. I've got to firm it up, but Dimitri Valmunga might be in doubt as well. So that'd be another one. And he's been named as, I think he's been named to start in the front row. So yeah, they're starting to rocking and roll a little bit in the Warriors. Danger game against the Dolphins, who are playing for everything, play fast. Andrew Webster lamented that the Warriors got beat on the ground last week against the Titans as far as the ruck control and the play of the ball. And I think that comes back to experience and experience of playing repeated NRL seasons in your pack. Barnett, Fisher Harris, Wade Egan off the field. Like your ability to hold the ruck, maintain the ruck was lost, and that concerns me for the Warriors big time.
Yeah. Where do you see this top 4 battle going? Because they're 3 points ahead of the Panthers. The Dolphins don't travel well outside of Queensland. They haven't. They've won 2 of what? They're 2 of 7
Away from home.
2 of 7 this season. So, and the thing that helps, obviously, the Warriors, I guess, is the Panthers play the Storm and the Raiders coming up again this back end of the season.
As well.
So
Dolphins are getting a couple back too.
Yeah.
I'd be looking over my shoulder if I was the Warriors, though. I think Penrith are coming out of the wet sail. What are they, 6, 7 in a row?
Yeah,
They're 3 points behind, right?
Only 3 points behind, so I'd be really concerned if I'm a Warriors fan.
The thing with the Warriors too is we're covering over is
They need top 4 too, Dave.
on the
They're
brilliant
no chance unless they finish top 4.
on the brilliance of
line
Leka
through it.
Halasima in Newcastle. The exciting moment of Leka running away with that try is they were arguably beaten by the Knights. So let's just say that's a loss against the Knights, and then the Titans at home. Like that's not great form.
Yeah.
I think it's smothered over some cracks, that Leka Halasima try. So yeah, worrying. Home game for sure.
Yeah.
But if they finish 5th, they still get that home game.
Yeah.
And
And that's the only home game they get.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they don't get the second bite.
Yeah. What do you think, Mick?
I agree with everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input,
Good
Michael.
contribution, mate.
NRL rumour mill, we're heading down the Shire, Cronulla. Dramas down there, issues. What's going on with this roster, you two?
Yeah, a little bit of news there. Braden Hamlin-Uele has been granted permission to negotiate with rival clubs. He's got 12 months left on his contract, and the Sharks only re-signed him last year off the back of the Warriors having significant interest. I think he rejected a richer, longer-term offer from the Warriors to remain at the Sharks, but he's got 12 months left on his contract and has been given the all clear to look around.
Yeah, and a bit of concern over Sifa Talakai too, that maybe he might be able to look around as well, Sifa Talakai. There's a suggestion out there. So, look, obviously their cap's a bit... Dave would know this better than me, but their cap's a bit skewed. It's a bit out of kilter, and they need to reshape it, obviously.
Well, they've certainly got a lot of depth in their pack now.
Yeah.
And when Braden...
And a lot of money in their pack, right, Dave?
Yeah, a lot of money in their pack. When Braden re-signed, there was still some movement to go as far as Tom Hazelton hadn't re-signed.
Fennell Blake?
And Fennell Blake hadn't arrived. Yeah, so Braden re-signed before Adden signed. And we've seen the rise of Jesse Colquhoun, who's putting pressure on that pack every week. And there's also Tukul Hautapua, who's the big giant in reserve grade, who's putting pressure on as well. So they've got a lot of depth in their pack. Hugely popular is Hamlin-Uele within the group, but he just hasn't been able to find his best form through minutes and or injuries, and so for him to be able to be given permission to look around doesn't surprise me.
A lot of clubs look out for middles at the moment too. I mean,
he'll get a
position
club.
Where
we talk about South
rarely
Sydney.
seems
We've
to.
talked about South Sydney and their recruitment and this review that they've got to do.
Yeah.
Hamlin-Uele would be a good pickup for South.
Yeah, it'd be ideal for them, wouldn't he?
Reedy, you mentioned that their cap. They've got some very talented young players coming through that they need to start making way for. Michael Gabriel, Chris Vaiala, name escapes me. It'll come to me in a minute. Liam Ison's coming through. So
You're talking outside backs, though, aren't you?
Mobsy, it's all cap management. And
Well, the other issue, Dave, is Will Kennedy, right? They still haven't. Well, there may even offer him.
there's an offer on the table for Will.
It's not much.
It's
though,
300,
right?
about
300,000,
300,000.
which is not really market value for Will Kennedy, with due respect to him. So they've got to make a little room to.
The
if they
only
want to keep Will
element
Kennedy,
to
right?
that one is that, as I understand, there hasn't been an NRL club forthcoming for Will to barter against.
He'd probably get more than that in England.
Yeah.
Potentially.
The Super League team. There's 2 new
Potentially.
Super League teams coming in. They've opened up more roster spots. He's the sort of guy who might be a marquee player over there.
Or do you try and re-sign for 12 months and then...
Go to Perth.
Oh, well then, because the market
we're talking
will,
about Perth now.
The
are we?
market
Okay.
will... Well, the market
It's
will...
Perth a club now, is it?
The market will open up a little bit in terms
Perth
of
club?
roster spots.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, he's not on the market tomorrow. He's on the market in 12 months' time.
Well, he is on the market now, actually.
And what's
Well.
his value? What's his value? Perth are around. What's his value?
His value is probably, I don't know, 500.
Well, his value is what someone's going to pay for him, and if there
Yeah.
was more than 300 on the
I
table
That's
from
right.
someone,
He could go to Super League and get that in a heartbeat. He'd get 500 Super League.
Are you sure?
Don't you think? He'd be a marquee player in Super League for a new,
He'd
one
go.
of the new
He'd
teams.
kill it over there.
Yeah, 500 is probably max they'd get there. Yeah.
Okay. 200,000 quid. That's about 500, isn't it?
He's doing conversion, mate.
pound sterling.
Mate, he'd get that over there. Easy.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
don't think that. Yeah, it's
So the market's 500. Okay.
sure with Perth included or not.
Yeah, with the Perth included, goes up to about 700, 750.
Are you okay?
Perth's going to inflate the marketplace.
So you think we'll?
Oh, can we include PNG?
So you think?
Can we include PNG?
No.
Probably worth $1 million.
So what?
What's tax-free dollars, you
Someone
fool?
stop this bloke, will
He'll
they?
get half a million.
Someone
you've
stop
just
this
said-
bloke.
500 grand.
Okay.
You include PNG, it's
We've
tax-free.
got to deal with-
think-
we have to deal with
you
this like
think in
every single day.
2027, Will Kennedy's going to be $750,000 player? That's what you've just said.
Yeah, Perth. Yeah, you don't think Perth would buy Will Kennedy?
For $750,000.
Probably. Yeah.
I'm
that's
glad
probably-
you're
just-
not.
you
I'm
scratched
glad you're
your
not
nose.
doing their salary cap.
Okay, 700. I'll take it back. I'll take 50 off him. And then PNG comes in, they give him $500,000,
Yeah,
which is the
alright.
equivalent of $1 million because it's tax-free dollars.
So you-
Basically, about $1 million.
So
About
he's a $1 million
900
player,
probably.
but in 2028.
Correct.
Cool.
You don't think you get $500,000 bucks
I
to go
wish
to
you
PNG?
were offering me deals.
You don't think you get $500,000 to go to PNG? You don't think
$500,000
PNG give
to
him
go to
$500,000?
PNG?
You don't think PNG give him $500,000?
$500,000?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's 900 because it's tax-free dollars, mate.
that's great. But we're talking about like
So that's his
for
market
the salary
value.
cap, right? 500,000.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's 900.
but you're saying 750.
But it's
in-
900.
So you said, don't backtrack here. So 2027, you said Will Kennedy's worth 750.
Yeah. For Perth. I have no idea. I reduced it to 700.
Man, keep going. You gibber.
Oh my.
Will Kennedy
There's
750.
not a
That is your
You're-
that is your worst take of all
You don't
time.
think Will Kennedy
if
gets
I'm
700
you-
grand in Perth?
If I'm
No,
Who are they going to get to
No.
play fullback?
Dude, man, if I'm you, I'm asking Jace to edit that out.
that is horrific.
Why?
There's
$750,000.
no other club that wants him.
Oh, no.